The river versus the canal. Why the canal can hit you harder than you can hit it, and why the River Thames is your best friend. This series of videos is to take some of my experiences to have a positive impact on your DW race. The canal is a little bit like my cooking. It can look lovely from a distance on the right day, but once you get close and you start getting involved in it, you realize it's very hard work and it can be very detrimental to you if you rush it. Now, the canal can hit you harder than you can hit it, and that is because it's so shallow. There's an awful lot of drag on the canal, especially if you're a heavier crew. Think about it like running up a hill or cycling into a headwind. The harder you do it, the more effort you put in, you don't get the same reward back. So my advice is to not rush this section of the race at all. The canal is 85 kilometers long, roughly, split into 3 sections for me. The first bit, the pound, from start to the first lock, uninterrupted section of water. Just get that done. Settle into your race, get into your eating and drinking routine, make sure there's nothing rubbing. Just start enjoying the race, get going. Then the lock start. As the lock start, you know you're going to come up to Bruce Tunnel soon. Brilliant section. What a great, awesome feature of the race to get through this incredible tunnel. When you get there, top tip, as you start to approach, as you're in all those tall trees and you look like you're in the middle of the Lord of the Rings territory, close one eye as you start to approach, and once you're in the tunnel and it's really dark, switch eyes, and then it'll be like the lights have been turned on for you. This makes a significant difference. When you first close an eye, you might be a bit disorientated, but stick with it, because if you can improve your visibility when you're in the tunnel, it just makes it a little bit less intimidating and you get to enjoy it so much more, and you'll be surprised what a difference that can make. Remember, there's a lot of drag throughout the tunnel, going into it and out the other side, so just take your time on this section. Don't be surprised if everything feels a little bit heavier than normal. Then you're going to get started on all the locks. Down Crofton through Foxfield, on your way to Waterside, A start. You'll start seeing some key features that you would have seen before if you've done the warm-up races. Great, enjoy this section. So from the first lock through to Newbury, by the time we get to Newbury, we're on about 55 kilometres. We've got a huge chunk of the race already done. Then it starts getting easier. All downhill from here. We start getting the rivers joining the canal sections on and off, so you get some boosts, and then you make your way down to the end of the canal section, 85 or so kilometres already done, and your warm-up for the race is out the way. Treat the canal like a big long warm-up to get you ready for the race when you're in the Thames. That's when the fun really starts. Get in the middle, get in that flow and enjoy it. Follow it as it goes around the bends. Try not to cut the corners too much. Just stay in the flow. See where the bank takes you. Have a look and see where that river is. See where the flow is. See where you're going to get the most amount of support and enjoy it. One thing to look out for, when you are going past bridges, when you are going past islands, be conscious of the eddy that forms the far side of it. If you're not sure what an eddy is, then look it up, but essentially it's where the water starts coming back on itself to fill the void as it goes past a solid feature, like a bridge arch or the end of the island. If you cut across those once you pass them, you'll hit some swirlier water and you might just slow the boat down. That's the most important thing for me. Stay away from those because you'll stay on the conveyor belt then. Try not to drift across because you might have the mindset of, oh, I'm going to get back into the middle now. That generally is the right thing to do. Once you go past an island, don't rush it. When you're in the night, the navigation is pretty obvious still. The main route to take should be fairly well marked. It's normally, from what I remember, pretty obvious. And if it's not obvious, then it probably doesn't matter. Because if you're unsure if it's left or right when you get to an island, don't stop, don't hesitate. Just flick a coin and then go left or, don't literally flick a coin, just go left or right, pick one, and it's not going to make much difference. Chances are you'll be right, and if you're not, you're only going to lose 10 seconds. And if you hesitate, you're going to lose that 10 seconds anyway. The main thing is that you enjoy it. It's only 201 kilometers to enjoy of this awesome race, so make sure you enjoy every single one of them. Good luck with all your preparations, and I hope you have a fantastic race.